Mavericks fans, we got some fresh rumors to get into here in just a moment, but here's the deal. I want to do another Mavericks video for you guys tomorrow. We've kind of been doing like 4 or 5 a week. I want it to become a daily thing here on this channel during the off season. So here's the deal. We're 124 subscribers away from 17,000 subs. If we get there before midday tomorrow, we'll have another video that goes out on this channel on Wednesday. So if you want another video tomorrow, go ahead and subscribe right now. You're watching Dallas Mavericks Today. I am your host, Harrison Graham, back with a fresh batch of Mavericks news and rumors. As the offseason for Dallas continues to chug along, we're just over a week away from the NBA draft. Let's start there. Could the Mavericks be trading the number 26 overall pick? Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report reports that they are shopping that selection, searching for some opportunities to acquire some future draft capital, or that they could draft and stash a player from overseas, likely for salary cap purposes. I don't know if that's something I'm a huge fan of. I think the Mavericks need to do one of two things with this pick. Number one, draft an NBA-ready player. A Christian Brown if he's there, an E.J. Liddell. McGowan's out of Nebraska, I think, is a guy who could play some minutes as a rookie. If any of those guys are there, I'd be comfortable with those guys. Here are some of those guys that I just mentioned: Brown, Liddell, McGowan's, also Jaden Hardy, who may be a little bit more of a developmental player, but the upside is certainly there. So I would either do that, or I'm trading the pick to get, as a part of a trade for a win-now player, right? A draft night trade to, land a big or something like that, or another 3-and-D player that can help Dorian Finney-Smith and Reggie Bullock. I don't want to Satnam Singh this thing and just stash a player that's, may never even come over to the NBA. So that is kind of my 2 cents on it. I'm fine with trading the pick on draft night as long as it's helping you get a win-now player as the Mavericks kind of continue to enter this win-now era. What do you want the Mavs to do? Who do you want them to draft at pick number 26? Let us know in the comments. And if you want them to trade the pick, let us know who you want that what you want that pick to turn into. Like maybe there's a player in the league that you want the Mavs to trade for and that this pick can help them do that. So let me know, who do you want to see the Mavs draft or trade for with the number 26 pick. Speaking of the NBA draft, we'll be live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv, for the entire 2022 NBA draft next Thursday, June 23rd. You'll see myself, Chase Sr., break down everything happening on draft night, all 58 picks, not 60, because a couple of teams had their picks stolen due to tampering. Shout out to the NBA for pretending to care about that. But we'll have you guys covered, of course, with the Mavs pick at 26, or if they trade the pick, we'll have that covered as well. Subscribe over there, and of course, subscribe on this channel as well. All right, let's shift over to the latest around Jalen Brunson. Bleacher Report reported this recent, or actually, I guess, aggregated this for me and Begley of SNY. Here's what they had to say. The Knicks looking to hire Rick Brunson per Ian Begley isn't a coincidence. His son, Mavericks free agent Jalen Brunson, may be next, while New York won't have the cap room. Multiple sources believe Dallas may blink at Brunson's asking price, compelled to sign and trade him to the Knicks. Now, there's a lot of thoughts here. Number one, I still think the way to go is to bring back Jalen Brunson. Now, if he's approaching $30 million, maybe a sign and trade is a better option. I get that. One thing you can't do is let him walk for nothing, and I don't think that'll happen, so that's good. Now, look, Jalen Brunson coming off the best season of his career with 16.3 points per game, over 50%, and then 37% from three, and was even better in the playoffs. I get that. He's looking to cash in. He's going to get paid, and the Knicks are a team that make a lot of sense. I would rather keep him at the end of the day, but a sign and trade could be on the table, and if you got Mitchell Robinson and maybe another piece, I wouldn't completely rule that out. Now, if we're going to believe Mark Cuban and what he said, then I expect Jalen Brunson to be back. I think they'll pay up. I think they'll pay him to be here. Now, again, it would be hard to pay a player like Brunson $30 million. He's a good player. That's approaching max territory, though. I don't think he's a max player. I would probably want to top out at 25 if it gets beyond that. Maybe a sign and trade for a Mitchell Robinson and, Alec Burks or something like that. Maybe that's an avenue Dallas could go. Now, that would obviously hurt in some ways on your offense, but Spencer Dinwiddie can be a little bit of insurance if Brunson's asking price just gets outrageous. We'll see if it gets to that level. I would still put it at 80+% that Brunson returns to Dallas, but make no mistake, teams will have interest in his services. Now, will Brunson be a Mav next year? Will he stay with the Mavericks? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Again, I'm still heavily leaning yes, but it's a greater than 0% chance that he is not here, and you can blame the Mavs for that, for not having his restricted status be an option when they gave him a 4-year deal out of college. Y for yes and for no. Will Brunson be a Maverick next year? All right, let's explore now here on Dallas Mavericks Today a possible sign-in trade for Deandre Ayton, as Marc Stein via his Substack had an update on Ayton recently. We'll read what Stein had to say here. Go check out his work. Quote, who is the most prominent player likely to switch teams this offseason? The name most cited when I ask, Phoenix's Deandre Ayton. If Ayton, it's Ayton ahead of Rudy Gobert, Jerami Grant, John Collins, OG Anunoby, as well as the stars who current teams can be significantly outbid the field in free agency. Specifically where Ayton would be going as we speak on June 13th, that's much harder to pinpoint. What seems clear with less than 3 weeks to go until free agency commences on June 30th is that Phoenix is increasingly expected to engage in serious sign-and-trade talks centered around Ayton, with external skepticism only rising regarding the Suns' willingness to make a hefty long-term investment in their center. This is obviously fascinating, and to be honest, this stems from before last season when the Suns could not come to terms on an agreement for a contract extension for Ayton. This was always, looming over that basketball team this year of what are we going to do with DeAndre Ayton this offseason. And obviously, with the way Dallas ended Phoenix's season and DeAndre Ayton, reportedly not willing to go back into the game for the Suns and for Monty Williams, maybe he wants out as well. Now, as it pertains to Dallas, I would like to have DeAndre Ayton. He's a double-double machine. He can space the floor, shoot that mid-range game, can roll a little bit, good defender as well. Obviously a lot of these things come down to money. I think it would be pretty difficult to sign and trade for him while also keeping Jalen Brunson. You can make it work. You'll be into the luxury tax heavily. It is possible. Now, the question you would have to ask yourself is this, if you're Dallas, in terms of pursuing DeAndre Ayton. Do you believe DeAndre Ayton puts the Mavericks over the top? Like, are they a major title contender with DeAndre Ayton? If that answer is yes, then of course you should pursue it. That's what you should be doing every offseason for the next decade while you have Luka Doncic. If you ask yourself that as an organization and answer the question with yes, then you should absolutely pursue it. So what do you guys think? Would you, if you were in charge, pull off a sign and trade for DeAndre Ayton, or at least try to? Type T for trade, type P for pass. If the answer is yes to that question I proposed, I think I would absolutely pursue it, so I'm typing my T for trade. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's episode of Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Make sure you guys subscribe. More videos to come. If you want a video tomorrow, guaranteed, hit that subscribe button, and we'll have some more Mavs coverage for you, maybe some draft stuff as we're just over a week away. Just need 124 new subs from this video. YouTube.com/MavsTV. Subscribe, and we'll see you soon here on the channel.